So I already have one of my coffins cut out. So I am going to use some masking tape, or you can use double-sided tape. I just don't want my vinyl sliding as I'm cutting, and I want to do several layers at a time. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some in between each layer. So I've gone ahead and put several layers together. I'm going to do this with my ruler and an X-Acto knife. You can also use a rotary blade, but I don't trust myself enough with that. And I also don't trust myself enough to do this without my ruler because I will cut myself. So this one, I'm not going to be too careful about where I'm cutting as far as these edges go, because I might not be able to do something with them, but I'll figure that out later. But go ahead and cut all of your edges. So now I have all of my pieces perfectly cut out. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your 3 layers. I don't have my stabilizer cut out right now, but I think I do have a smaller one. Let me see. So you can fuse these if you'd like. I'm not going to. And this one's actually smaller than the template. So you would just put your one coffin piece, put your stabilizer, put another coffin piece, sew them together using a 1/8 of an inch seam allowance, and then you'll finish off with your base and edge coating. This is the best for really pretty vinyls. So now I have some custom ones that I never would have used before. I even have some of these glitter ones left over from using embroidery. And then I also have some fussy cuts. These will look perfect even with just like partial faces. Her, I'm pretty much gonna get almost on a full coffin, so I'm really excited about that because this is my favorite vinyl, and I'm very sad to see pieces go in the garbage. Now that we're clipped, I'm gonna go ahead and do a 1/8 of an inch seam allowance all the way around. Go ahead and trim your tails, and now we're going to move on to edge coating. My coffin is a little uneven in some spots, so I'm just going to trim them as close as possible. Don't worry if it's not perfect. As I said before, we're gonna go ahead and edge coat it, so it should cover any colors or fraying. I use Giardini base coat dents, and I also use their Pro basic edge paint. So I'm going to use these two. I'm gonna do 2 to 3 coats of the base coat and 2 coats of the color. So I'm going to do that on a quick time lapse so you can see how it's applied. Now I'm going to set this aside and let it dry. I have already punched my holes for my grommets, so I'm just going to show you how I install them. Apparently I did not open this bag yet. Okay, so I am readjusted. So what you're going to do with your grommets, I have my setting tool here because I'm old-fashioned and I don't have any of those fancy tools. You're just going to put one side of your grommet through. Don't punch your holes through any stitching because you don't want to have to go back and fix that. Okay, then you're going to place it on your setting tool. I'm going to try not to hit my phone with this. And you're done. All you have to do is add your keychain. And voila.